Joe Hopkins here, and I just listened to the new Billie Eilish album, right? As I'm talking, it like just came out, and I really like Billie Eilish, right? I always have. I'm kind of a fan because I like her songs, I like the arrangements, I like the instrumentation. And I'm going to go over the new one a little bit here. First off, I am going to play little bits of the music today. We're going to give it a try. I'm going to try to avoid the copyright Nazis and just play short little clips. Because the Nazis have made it so it's hard to actually play anything, even though y'all want me to. You keep telling me in the comments I need to play parts of the song. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. It's an experiment. I'm going to have, I had a couple while I was listening to the album. I'm going to have another one right now. Why not? With you guys as we go through this, right? As we go through this, it sounds like something traumatic. It's not. It's not. If I sound a little animated, it's because I have ideas and thoughts that have come up because of listening to this. One of which is, I love the songwriting. Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas are amazing songwriters. Phineas is an amazing composer, arranger. The two of them produce excellent music. I love what they do. I love the fact that all of her stuff is written by the two of them, her and her brother, right? Great kind of songwriting team thing going on there. Kind of like Elton John and Bernie Taupin kind of thing, right? You have... It's excellent. I really, really like the fact that it's the two of them and not some fucking team. And I say that because the top 40 is dominated by pop songs written by the same talentless, parasitic assholes over and over again, and it's all crap. And this isn't crap. This is good. This is music with a capital M, and that's what I like. For those of us that want something more than just background, this is good, right? As a musician, I appreciate this. I like the mix of electronic and organic instrumentation. I love the string arrangements. Man, they're really good. This is actual musical experimentation done by people that want to do music, actual fucking music, and it's nice. I appreciate it. I've been doing a number of those albums on this series lately, right? I just reviewed St. Vincent's new album a little bit ago, and that's the same kind of thing. Experimentation by actual musicians. And that's what this is, and that's what I like. And I'm going to grab I'm going to have a sip, and I'm going to put on my headphones, bop, and listen to some of this, right? Short clips, like I said, short clips. The Nazis will get me if I put too much on. But it starts with the song Skinny, right? She has gotten skinny. She doesn't have to get skinny. Actually, she looks a little weird now that she's lost a lot of weight. It's different. But I dig it. You won't be skinny. From a skinny guy, let me tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And with a voice like that and a talent like that, you don't have to be skinny. But let's see here. I like the fact that they use guitar, the actual instruments on here. I like that, right? A lot of the top 40 isn't that, so. People say I look happy just because I got... You get the breathy voice again. She does a lot of that. She can sing. I mean, she can sing, but the breathy stuff does sound good. She pulls it off well. I like it. So, you know. String arrangement at the end is big. It sounds big. It's really good. I like it. And I'm going to get some more of that here. I love a good string arrangement. I love it. So let's go on to the next one. Lunch. Skinny ends on, well, let me go to the ending here. There, it ends on that book catch, right into the next song, right? It obviously, I kind of like that vibe of going into the next song. Here we go. If it'll come up, there we go.
I could eat that.
Yeah, boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. I like it. I like that kind of stuff. Let's see. Let's take a listen.
Claire. So now she's coming up the stairs. So I'm
It's like, you know, an ode to some chick she digs or he digs. Phineas, you know, her and Phineas write the song. So is Billy into this other chick or is her brother into her? Who knows? What difference does it make? It's a good song, right? I do like it. It's called Lunch. That chick's a lunch, right? I've seen some of them women, like, you ain't just a snack, you the whole lunch, baby. I like the bass in it. Sounds great. I could be wrong, but that doesn't sound electronic. That sounds like an actual, like somebody played bass on it, which I like. It's a funky line. And, you know, a little bit of piano and that kind of stuff. The womp, 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 womp. You know, cool stuff. But let's, you know, you get the idea. That's a pretty good dance song, right? Pretty good stuff. Next one, Chihiro. I think it's Chihiro. I don't know, something like that. Let's give that a listen.
to take my love away.
You know, it once again sounds like an actual bass, like somebody, you know, I like that. I like a good funky bass line. It's got a, you know, starting out with a beat. Let's see here.
Open up the door, can you open?
No, I'm going back to that again, that bass line.
I don't know what to say. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Open up.
That's a that is a nice bass run. I like that. I dig the hell out of it. Let's skip through a bit. We'll see. Everybody's doing that like 80s synth vibe kind of thing, man. I dig it. I dig it. It's a thing that's hitting now. I liked it in the 80s. Yeah, I'm that old. I remember the 80s and I liked it then. I like it now. So what can I say? Let's skip through.
Part of me that recognizes you. Do you feel it too? Where you see?
Yeah, I dig the vibe. I dig the bass. I love that bass. Honestly, the bass on this song is incredible. There's that synth. Yeah. I like the synth sound though. You get the idea of that song. Let's go to the next one, Birds of a Feather. We'll move along.
I want you to.
Yeah. Right off, I like the vibe of it. Like I said, short clips, but let's skip up in and see what we're dealing with.
Better alone, can't change the weather. Might not be forever, but I don't know what I'm crying.
It's a nice melody. It's a good song. It's a good chorus. I like it.
Oh shit.
Softens out. It's got throughout a lot of these songs, it picks up, it slows down, it picks up, it smooths out. You got more, you got less. I like the changes in it. They change keys, they change tempos, the songs move, and I like that because a lot of people aren't doing it. You got that little synth there. Yeah, I like those little synth lines. You got that little synth there. I dig that. All right. So anyway, we'll move on to the next one, Wildflower. Right off the bat, guitar. As a guitarist, I like songs that sound like somebody sat down with their guitar or at a piano and wrote a song and then built everything around it. I dig that, right?
Things fall apart and time breaks your heart
It's starting out with vocals and guitar. I dig that, you know?
until July. Did I cross the line?
I forget. I think this song might just be that. Let me skip up and see. Oh no, you get... Yeah, it picks up into the full thing. And once again, nice string arrangement. The whole thing. Let's skip through it. Yeah. You get more. It builds, it builds. I like that. And then after it builds, at the end, it comes back down. I like the flow of a song like that. I dig it. And people aren't doing that anymore. What's the next one? It's called The Greatest.
I'm trying my best.
That sounds like a ukulele. Boom, ba, gang, ga, boom, ga, gang. I like that. Once again, organic instrumentation. And let's skip up a bit. Keeps like that for a while. Breathy vocals. I like her breathy vocals, but I mean, on some of these, she belts it out and really sings. I like that too.
Naked, made it all look painless. Man,
You see, you know, you get some bass and background vocals. It picks up some. Let's get in the middle of it.
my congratulations.
Some percussion and, you know, picks up throughout the song. I like that vibe.
Unappreciated.
And then at the end goes back down to just like, you know, ukulele and vocals. I dig that. Let's go to the next one. L'amour de ma vie, de ma vie. I don't know.
I wish you the best for the rest of.
I like it. I like that vibe. That's good. And, you know, a little bit of electric guitar and kind of like just a boom, chicka, boom, chicka. I like that. That's good.
Tried to leave. You said
You get the
never fall in love.
percussion, you know, starting to come in after a bit.
Oh, you found her.
And then the full
Now
deal.
go fall in love.
Full band comes in, you know, like an actual song, like something was written, arranged, put together, played, instruments involved. I know it's shocking that people can still, you know, write actual songs. It's amazing. And yes, that's the same song. Like the songs change throughout, you know, from beginning to end. So it goes in like this little techno kind of thing going on there. I like that.
With her hand on my shoulder.
I like that. Different vibe, different key, like it changes. And, you know, starts to tone down. Cuts out to just like bass and oof, 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 and, you know, I like that though. I do. That one's almost like two songs in one. And it's not like that's a new idea, you know. I think Paul McCartney's Band on the Run was like 3 songs that he never finished and just put them all together into one. But people used to do that, and I like it. It changes it up. It keeps it it keeps it interesting. Keeps it interesting. Yes. All right. The Diner. That's the next one. We'll give that a little bit of a listen. I like where that's going immediately. It catches my interest. Maybe it catches your interest too, you know? Let's go in a bit. You see where it moves, it changes, the instrumentation shifts. Bam, boom, bam, bam, boom, bam. Yeah, I like it. The boom, bam, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, bam, boom, bam. I like that. I like that vibe. Very cool, man. Very old school. Like, you don't hear a lot of people doing that. It's not your standard trap beat or Latin reggaeton thing, you know? I like that part. I like that electronic bass line in it. Sounds really badass. All right, that's just the whispering at the end. That she's like whispering numbers. I don't know, is it a phone number? What is it? Like just goes out to the end. All right, the second to last track, Bittersweet. That almost reminds me of, I can't remember their names now. Daft Punk. Like, you know, like, yeah, that sounds like a Daft Punk kind of thing there, you know? I dig it, though. Let's see. Let's get into it. Come on. You know, I dig that vibe. And I think this is another one that changes throughout. You get the up and then cuts out and down. I like that. I like that kind of changes through a song. I like that. Same song. Same song once again. It's like a section that's different than the other sections, and I like that. Let's skip up, see where it goes. All right, we're still on that kind of boom, dee, dee, boom, dee. I like it though. That is something. It's different. Different. Oh. Near the end, it gets like a darker. I forgot about that. I was listening to that. I like. Yeah, man, it's one way, then it's another, then it gets darker, and then there's that synth, that very 80s feel, right? Good song, and then you have the closer, Blue. There we go. Real soft coming in, right? All these songs, a lot of them seem to come in soft, build, 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 have little, you know, it'll cut, have a little softer break, build, build, go out softer. I do like that. I appreciate that. Very, very classical, you know? I dig that. There you go. Once again, you know, very modern sounding with retro bits in it. You can hear not really the breathy singing. The girl can sing, not just the breathy stuff. I dig her voice. All right, so let's skip up a bit, because this is like a almost 6-minute song. Yeah, you can see middle of the song, they have a shallower part, something a little smoother.
3 hours each night means only 21 a week now.
And changes, different kind of sound, which I like. I do like that. And then skip up a little bit. There's another one of those wonderful string arrangements leaving out of the song. Now that's the whole album, right? And like I said, one of my favorite things with that, let me turn that off. One of my favorite things with this album is how the songs change. How you get high points and low points, you get an intro, you get an outro. It goes up, it goes down. There's differences in dynamics, differences in sounds. Sometimes it almost sounds like 2 or 3 different songs, but they flow together. And I like that. It's a level of experimentation, and the composition, the arrangement, the string arrangements are great. Excellently composed album. And you don't have a lot of people doing that. You know what I mean? I know I reviewed Taylor Swift's new album a little bit ago, and as much as I like the songwriting, it's not as experimental as something like this. You know, this is just a musician, or 2 musicians, her and her brother, stretching a little bit, seeing what can we do, playing around with stuff, experimenting, stretching their abilities as songwriters and composers and arrangers and producers. I mean, they're producing it themselves too. I've always liked Billie Eilish, but this album feels like they're really trying to stretch their legs and see what they can actually do musically. I really appreciate that because there aren't a lot of people that are really trying that. And of the people that are, there aren't a lot of people doing it this well. I really like St. Vincent, and St. Vincent's new album, All Born Screaming, really feels like she's stretching out and trying to, you know, move somewhere as a musician and composer and like actually do more, like experiment. But this is done so well. I love it. It reminds me a lot of Bjork in some ways, right? But not quite as musically profound. A lot of people aren't big fans of Bjork, right? And I can understand because her stuff is really musically dense and sometimes difficult to understand. As a musician, I get it and I love it. And this reminds me a lot of that, except as talented as they are, they're not quite Bjork. Bjork is different level kind of shit. But this is something I really, really love. Plus, this, unlike Bjork, is something that could be on the top 10. I don't think anything Bjork's done in the last, like, decade and a half could be top 40. It's just not that kind of music. But, yeah, Billie Eilish is that kind of music. She can be on the top 40, and I'd really like to see this do well, just to show to me that the general public can appreciate something that's well done, right? Because this series is called You Need to Hear This Album, so I'm not doing crap on it. I'm not reviewing junk, but there's a lot of it. There's a lot of real, just absolute shit. And having waded through a lot of shit, because yes, I listen to a lot of new music just so I know what's going on. This is a breath of fresh air. Okay, so there you go. That's my thoughts on it. I haven't been drinking that hard because I'm listening to music, you know? So, a couple of PBRs and a listen through of this, plus talking to you all about it and going through it a little bit again. This is an album that somebody who understands and knows music can appreciate. It's also an album that somebody that just wants a nice, catchy, poppy song can appreciate. That's a good accomplishment. If you can actually get the music listening public, the general streaming public, to do something they like and something that people like me like. Because I'm not putting everybody down. A lot of the top 40 stuff is crap. But I mean, if you just want something backgroundy to listen to, and a lot of people like it, and it's, I don't know, it's catchy enough and it works well on TikTok, I get it. I understand. There needs to be something for real music people like me, and this is it, and I like that. So there we go. An album you need to hear. It just came out, and it's worth listening to. And yeah, I'm going to finish this. Even if you're not a Billie Eilish fan, give it a listen. Give it a shot. I'm sure there's something in there you'll like. And here at the end of my video, there's some playlists. One is called You Need to Hear This Album. Give that a listen. That's other albums I've reviewed. And one is called I Didn't Get a Memory. That's my album that you should listen to because it does rock. It does. All right, I'm a little old school, okay? It's rock. Nothing fancy. I'm talking about how I'm a music lover. I'm not a huge composer. I just do rock. It's just rock. I think it's well done-ish. Anyway, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. I love y'all. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.